Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fade to Black. My name is Renee McRae, and I'll be your host today. And we're going to talk about dreaming. How about that? How many people? How many people dream? Do you dream? You know, studies show that we all dream, and I'm a dreamer. I will say it. Yes, I said it. I'm a dreamer. And I'm proud of it. Now, let me tell you about dreaming because I think that that's something that we use a lot of time doing, and we a lot of times very often don't remember our dreams. And even if we do, we just throw it off as, oh, that was just a dream. You know, like if something happens in the dream and we don't understand it, we say, oh, well, it was just a dream anyway. Who cares? And so we should, we should care because dreaming is dreaming is an art form, and dreaming is something that we do innately without deliberation, without determination. But what if we could? What if we could deliberately determine what we want to dream about and go about doing that? So I just want to kind of talk about, do dreams have any importance in your life? You know I'm a poet, so here we go. I'm going to do my little poem that is my message about dreaming because I think that dreaming is extremely important, and I want you to understand it as well. So, before settling in for a good night's sleep, remember your journal and pen to keep. Make sure that you place them beside your bed, for dreams will not always stay in your head. Remembering your dreams is only half the way there. Writing them down indicates that you care. There is power in dreaming, as you will soon find, for dreams hold the answers to the questions in your mind. Your dreams will inspire, inform, and advise you. Just take that first step, and your dreams will take two. So, that poem kind of encapsulizes, or how, you guys know what I'm trying to say. It encapsulates or encapsulizes what it is that I'm trying to say about dreaming. I've had dreams that have come true. They call that prophetic dreaming. And so I don't know, has that ever happened to you? So there's maybe somebody's trying to tell us something. You know, I've had dreams like, I'll give you an example. I had a dream that I was um, in a classroom and I was teaching through poetry. I wasn't teaching science or math or English. I was teaching life, and I was teaching it through rhyme. And I woke up and I thought to myself, oh my God, that felt so good. Like, who does that? Like, how could I do that? That felt like that's who I am and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's so interesting that here we are, fast forward. Well, now I've been doing it for like 10, 12, 14 years. But prior to that, I had the dream. So let's say, I had the dream 15 years ago, and then within a year, my whole life changed, and I was in classrooms, and I was teaching the students through poetry about life skills, about self-respect, about self-understanding, about self-determination, about setting goals, about career path choices, um, and all of this through poetry. And let me show you, just to make a point. I I actually um, I have some of the books that I've done with some of these kids. It's amazing. I was going to do a different show, and I had brought these books with me. But these are some of the books from the students that I've been working with. And so clearly, I've been in the classroom, and the kids, they write these poems, and I don't know if I'm showing it right, but I do all their poems and put little some of their sketches, and sometimes I put clip art as well. But as you can see, I've been doing it for a long time. We all sign each other's books. That's why there's writing all over here. And we always have a book signing. And so the kids, they write all their work out, and they find out things about themselves that they didn't know. And I find out things that I didn't, maybe I don't even want to know. But anyway, I am now working with students. I work with adults as well. And, but that was just to prove a point that what I'm saying is that here I had this dream about working in the classroom with students through poetry, and now that's what I do for a living. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, if I did not know this, if I did not have this dream, I would never have thought about it. And I never would have pursued it. And I would never have recognized the opportunities when they came to me. So it's an interesting thing, because at that time I was working for a law firm, and I was a legal secretary. So here you have this dream that is trying to tell me something, and I paid attention. Now, what I suggest that you do is get yourself a piece of a journal or a book, a notebook, and a pen, and make sure that you put it beside your bed every night. Your intention is to write down your dream. When you write down your dreams, you accomplish a couple of things. One is that you learn from the dream. As you're writing it down, more of the dream will come to you. What you were thinking in the dream will come to you, and it will jar your memory as for when you've been thinking that same thing in this waking reality or this waking life. And another thing that it will accomplish by writing down your dreams is that you are paying honor, giving homage, paying honor to your dreaming. And it sets your intention when you place the book beside your bed. It sets your intention when you place the pen beside your bed, that I am going to not only have dreams tonight, but I'm going to remember my dreams tonight. And so, see, because a lot of times people say, oh, I don't remember my dreams. But it's okay. It's a process. And you can remember your dreams. And the way that you do that is by programming yourself. Because a lot of times we program a clock, and say, for instance, you have to wake up at like 7, and you program the clock, and then you wake up at like 6:59 before the clock goes off. How many times has that happened, right? We do it all the time. We wake up before the clock goes off. Because when we program that clock, when we set that clock, we actually set our own internal clock. We programmed ourselves. We decided, we had an intention, and then we followed through with actually programming the clock. So in doing that, we set our own biological clock to wake us up in the morning. And it happens all the time, and it happens most of the time unconsciously. It's not something that we actually say, oh, I'm going to program myself today. We don't, you know what I mean? We don't do it, but that's exactly how it's done. And you can program yourself not only to have a dream, but you can program yourself to remember the dream. And see, therein lies the thing, the issue. You can say to, and you have to do, this is how I do it. I say it to myself 3 times before I go to sleep, that I'm going to have a dream. Like, say, for instance, I'm working with an issue. Now we're talking about having a dream. Not only am I planning to remember my dream and then write it down. Let's go there first. Say, for instance, you're going to tell yourself, tonight I'm going to have my dream. In the morning, I'm going to remember my dream. And you don't have to tell yourself you're going to have a dream. You can tell yourself, I'm going to remember my dream. In the morning, I'm going to remember my dream, and I'm going to write it down. And you say that to yourself 3 times. I'm going to remember my dream in the morning, and I'm going to write it down. In the morning, I'm going to remember my dream, and I'm going to write it down. And so then in the morning, when you wake up, you're going to lay there, and you're going to remember your dream. That may not happen the first time, but if you do this every night, it's going to happen. And when you wake up and you remember your dream, write it down. Don't say, oh, I'll write it down later. Because you know how many times you wake up with a dream in your head And off you go talking about, oh, I'm going to talk, I'll think about it later. Or, I had this dream, I can't remember what it was, went out the window. Yeah. So we have to remember the dream at the same time. We have the pen. That's why the pen and paper is right next to you on the bed. So you can pull that paper and write it down. And so then while you're writing it down, you'll be amazed at what you will learn from your dreams, because your dreams will speak to you in the language of the language that you understand. That's why if I have a dream, I can't really expect someone else to interpret it for me, because it speaks to me in my own symbols. So for instance, I had a dream one time. I've had so many dreams. It's like I can just think, which one do I want to share? Well, I told you the prophetic one, you know, about me in the thing, in the school, which happened. Then I also, well, you know, I had another dream. My cousin had a baby. And I thought to myself, now his kids are grown. He's not even with anyone. He's not going to have a baby. And it was a son, a boy. And, you know, a year later, he had a baby. Him and his wife got back together. They had a baby and a boy at that. So, but that's still prophetic. And I know you guys probably have some prophetic dreams as well. If you ever have a dream, you know what, and you want to figure out how to analyze it, you can contact me, because that's one of the things I do in my coaching is I do dream coaching, because I love it. I love dreaming. So, but there are other ways that you can get information from dreams as well, like information that you need if you're working with a problem. Like, for instance, at one point I was working with this issue every single day. Every morning I went to sleep, I woke up with it. Every night I went to sleep thinking the same thing. Should I do this or should I do that? Should I do this or should I do that? Should I do this or should I? It was like, you know, and I didn't even realize how much time this went on forever. And then one night I had this dream. And it was a crazy dream, because I was on a motorcycle. And I'm driving. I go take one of my daughters to school. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to break down. I don't know. I didn't even think about that. But I went around the corner with this motorcycle, and the motorcycle broke down. And anyway, I woke up. And I said to myself, what in the world was I doing on a motorcycle? Now, a lot of times your dreams will come to you with symbols that snatch your attention right to it. It makes no sense at all, and that's why you remember it. Because if it had been me driving a car, I probably wouldn't even have remembered that dream. But because it was me on a motorcycle, it was like, what was I doing on a motorcycle? Okay, I'm going to write it down anyway. So I grabbed my pen and my paper, and I'm writing it down. And I wrote down, you know, I'm writing the dream that I got a motorcycle. I'm taking my daughter to school. We get around the corner. The bike breaks down. So now I say to myself, I knew this bike was going to break down. Why did I bring this bike out? This bike breaks down every single time I drive it. So now I have thoughts going on. And I didn't remember that initially. I just remembered I was on a bike. But as I'm writing it down, the thoughts started coming to me. So it's a funny thing. I realized immediately where I have the same thought about something else. And I was saying, should I do this or should I do that? Should I do this or should I do that? Well, if I do this, it always never works anyway. I don't know why I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't do that because it doesn't work. You know, my mind is going like this. So I saw it. As soon as I said, you know, oh, this bike is going to break down, I'm writing it down. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I say all the time. No wonder I can't make up my mind. I'm actually, you know, that by the thoughts we think and the words we say, we're creating our lives every day. And what are the thoughts that we don't see that hold us in this misery? And once we know we're writing the script, then maybe we'll change the language a bit. You see, because words like try and words like fate, they keep us living in the same old state. Words like could and words like should, they keep us living in the same old hood. Then we want to search the clouds. We want to yell and scream and cry out loud. And responsibility we deny. But we're the ones speaking the lies. So anyway, so that's a little poem to pretty much give you my point in a, I talk and rhyme because I'm a poet. So what else am I going to do? I mean, it just comes out every now and then. It's like the best way of me expressing to you exactly what it is that I'm trying to say. Because here I am saying to myself, if I do this, it's not going to work. And so, of course, every time I did it, it did not work. So now the dream comes and it tells me I'm riding the bike. The bike breaks down. I say to myself, I knew it. I knew this bike was going to break down. I don't even know why I got on this bike. And then I realize that's what I say. So when you say it, it happens. So I said I knew the bike was going to break down. The bike broke down. So in my life, my waking life, where I'm considering this or considering that, and I'm telling myself, well, if I do this over here, it's not going to work. So then I don't do it. And every time I try, it breaks down. It doesn't work. Well, try telling yourself something different. Try telling yourself, yeah, this is going to work because I'm going to make it work. And because it's the right thing. Or because. But just instead of saying the negative thing, say the positive thing. Flip the script. Flip the switch. Flip the script. Flip the switch. Either way, flip it. Change it. Make a different choice. And that's my point. So that dream showed me the fallacy of what I was thinking, of how I was thinking, of how I was governing my life by negative thoughts and living the negative consequences or outcomes because I had already spoken it into existence. So that's what I want to kind of give you on that end, is that in dreaming, dreams will give you the answers to something that you're working with, or give you the answer to something that maybe you want to do. You say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Well, maybe you can have a dream and it will tell you, just like the dream told me, go into the classroom and work with the kids. It didn't say that, but when I felt that dream, I thought, oh my God, that feels so right. That feels like who I am. So you can have emotions in your dreams, you know? You can have thoughts in your dreams. You can have colors in your dreams. You can fly in your dreams. How many of you have done that? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. But, oh, did I tell you how to get in touch with me? No, I didn't. If you want to analyze your dreams, I'm going to tell you. Give me a buzz. My number is which one should I get? Okay, 212-769-7918. And my name is Renee McRae. The poet with the rhyming name, right? But anyway, so back to dreaming. So we have dreams, and dreams are like a tool. You know how we use our words to create in the world? We also use our thoughts to create. We also use our visualizations, our images. People say, oh, visualize, Tiger Woods or whoever. They visualize a hole-in-one, and then they hit the ball, and it's a hole-in-one. Michael Jordan, he visualized going to the hoop, and then, boom, he goes to the hoop. And we all know what happens, right? But a lot of times people use different tools like thinking, like visualizing, like speaking, like writing, and like meditating, and like dreaming. So dreaming is another thing that you can do to have what you want. If I told you that the dream state, that once you go into sleep and you're in a dream state, and that dream state is the fertile ground where you can plant your seeds and then they grow in this reality. How about that? Have you ever thought of something like that? Like, you could deliberately dream something that you want to happen. Have it happen in the dream. And then live it here. Now, I know that sounds crazy, right? But it's the truth. I mean, you can actually do that. And I think it's really important that we begin to understand, begin to explore the power of dreaming, explore the benefits of dreaming, of deliberate dreaming, of conscious dreaming. Have you ever woke up in your dream and know that you're dreaming? How about that? And you're like, oh my God, I'm dreaming. Now, sometimes you're in a dream and you wake up but you're not the same person. Like you don't have the same, maybe you're not living in the same address, or maybe you're not living in the same, you don't have the same dog. You don't have the same husband. That you have the husband, maybe his name is the same, but it doesn't look like him. It's like kind of weird. But there are times when you can actually dream where you are in your same body, with your same name, with your same address, with your same wife, your same husband, your same kids. You go to the same job. Everything is exactly the same in the dream. You know all the information. If someone asks you your telephone number, you know it. Like, have you ever had a dream where someone asks you your telephone number and you just can't remember it? And then if somebody asks you your address in a dream and you just can't seem to pull it, you just can't get it. Well, sometimes when you do conscious dreaming or lucid dreaming, you have access to all of that information. And here you are in the dream, wide awake. Now you can go to work. Now you can create what you want in that dream and then live it in this one. How about that? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, dreaming is exciting. Dreaming is powerful. And dreaming is something we do a lot of, and we don't even know. We don't even know it. Studies have shown that everyone dreams, that they have that rapid eye movement. They can tell. You close your eyes, you go to sleep, and then they test you. When your eyes start moving fast, rapid eye movement, that's when that's when they know that you're dreaming, and they wake you up. So they did this study in 1953. I think it was at Harvard, and they had to abort it, actually, because the participants were losing their minds, because what they did was they stopped the people from dreaming every single time they had rapid eye movement. They would wake them up, and then they would let them go back to sleep. And then as soon as their eyes start, they would wake them up. So they were never able to dream. And after the first night of that, they were a little bit cranky. The next day, they were a little bit cranky, a little bit cranky, irritable. The following day, which is the second day, they not only were a little bit cranky, they were like, they didn't feel well at all. And they were, I don't know exactly what the symptoms were, because I'm not even going to sit here and lie. But I know they had to cancel it and abort the mission. And so the third day, they didn't even do it, because they felt that the people that were participating were actually losing their sanity. So they had symptoms of mental illness by the second day of sleeping, but no dreaming. So dreaming is extremely important to us and for us. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about dreaming today. And I know we could go in depth a little bit more on a lot of the issues having to do with dreaming, but I think we touched a little bit on everything, a little bit on a lot. And like I said, explore your dreams, get you that dream journal, get you that notebook, put it beside your bed, and determine that you are going to write down your dreams, that you are going to remember. You know how you dismember? You're going to remember your dreams. I'll give you another tip. If you wake up and you can't remember your dream, turn over to the way that you were sleeping. Because a lot of times we turn over and then we can't remember anything, but you turn into the position you were sleeping in, and a lot of times your dream will come flooding right back to you. So have an open mind. Think about it in a way that, yes, I can do this. And you'll be surprised at what will come to you in your dreams. Your dreams can tell you information that you need to know about yourself, about other people, and it can help you in having what you want in your life. So this is Renee McRae. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. And I will come back again another day, and we'll discuss some dreaming a little bit more. My website is reneemcrae.com. It's www.reneemcrae.com. Renee McRae. I look forward to hearing from you and chatting with you. Have a great evening.